Hi, my name is Frank Villalobos, and I'm going to be doing an instructional video on how to light the pilot light for a basic gas furnace or hot water tank. Okay? Before we get into the actual lighting of the appliance, we are going to look at the theory behind. There's always questions on why do I need to hold down this button for a certain amount of time before I can let go, or else the pilot light goes out. So I've got a little drawing on the board here. I've got my gas supply feeding our main gas valve, and then over here I have the line that goes to the main gas burner, and then a very small line that goes to the pilot burner. This is the component that you light. And this pilot burner will heat up what's called a thermocouple. And thermocouple is made up of two dissimilar metals that when heated on one end, because of the temperature difference between our hot junction and our cold junction, it will produce a small voltage of DC power. It produces between 26 to 32 millivolts. Okay, so we go back to our main gas valve, and for lighting these appliances, you have some sort of push button that you have to press physically. This will open the main gas chamber and will allow gas to feed our pilot burner as long as I hold this down. Okay, so once I'm pressing this, I light our burner. It starts heating this thermocouple. Now at the beginning, because it's still relatively cool, it does not produce enough voltage needed to keep this in the down position. So that's why we have to keep holding until this thermocouple gets hot enough that it produces its maximum voltage of 26 to 32 millivolts. And now we have this fed in a coil over here, which will create a magnetic field and maintain this in the down position. So when I let go of my pilot button, this portion still stays down, leaving my main gas chamber open. We have a separate gas valve controlled by a thermostat that actually will light the main burner, but that's done depending on the temperature selection you want for your house. Okay, so again, we have our thermocouple, which is considered a flame-proofing device. The main purpose of this thermocouple is to ensure that this pilot light is actually on. If the pilot light goes off, this cools down and our main valve closes, and it will shut gas off to everything else. Now we're going to move over to the actual appliance and do a small demo on the procedures that we have to do, basically what we just did here on the board. Okay, and now we're going to show you how to light the pilot light on a basic gas-fired furnace, or you could use the same process to light the pilot light on a hot water tank. You're going to need a lighter, preferably a barbecue lighter like this works great because you have a longer reach, and matches are not very desirable because they burn out quickly and you might need to use this for an extended period of time. Okay, so most applications are going to be the same process. We have our gas valve right here, okay, which supplies our pilot light or pilot gas right through this small tube, and right inside it attaches or is going to be right beside the thermocouple. The thermocouple is what's going to generate our small amount of voltage to engage our system. Okay, so the first step, we are going to turn our gas valve from the off position to our pilot position. Okay, now in most applications it's very common that we would just have to press the main knob here in to light our pilot light. But in this type of application, we have a separate pilot igniter button here Okay? This is just going to allow the flow of gas through the pilot tube to our pilot inside here. So all we have to do is press this and then light. Okay? So right now I've lit the pilot, okay? And if I let go too soon, the pilot light goes out. We need to give it enough time to heat up the thermocouple so we can generate enough voltage to maintain that. So I've lit the pilot light again, and now this time I'm going to hold down the pilot button for a minimum of 30 seconds, and hopefully that should be enough time to energize or produce enough voltage out of that thermocouple that will maintain the pilot opening. Okay, I'm going to give this a try again and let go. And you want to let go slowly. And now it's on. So it's very simple in that manner. And now once we are on, or our main pilot is lit, we would take our main gas valve here and switch it to the on position. And so we just turn it like that, and we are in the on position. Now all that we would need for our basic gas-fired furnace is to go to the thermostat. Normally it's going to be positioned somewhere in your living room, and we can turn it up to the desired temperature that we want for the house.